Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, commonly known as WWDC, has become one of the most anticipated events in the technology world. Every year, millions of fans, developers, and industry experts watch closely as Apple takes the stage to announce new products, software features, and the next steps for their ever-expanding ecosystem. The 2025 event is just around the corner, and this year's keynote promises to be especially significant. The excitement isn't just about new devices, but about how Apple is planning to reshape the experience for users and developers on every one of its platforms. For many Apple enthusiasts, WWDC is the time when rumors and speculation finally meet reality. In the weeks leading up to the conference, leaks and insider reports build a sense of anticipation, but Apple always finds a way to surprise its audience. This year is no different. The keynote, scheduled for June 9th, will not only showcase the latest updates to iOS, macOS, and Apple's other operating systems, but it will also reveal a new approach to software naming and a bold new visual style. One of the most interesting changes in 2025 is how Apple is rethinking its software versioning. Traditionally, Apple has updated iOS, macOS, tvOS, and watchOS by increasing the version number each year, like iOS 17, iOS 18, and so on. But this time, Apple is choosing to align its software updates with the release year, adopting a model similar to what's used in the automotive industry. So instead of iOS 19, we'll see iOS 26. macOS, tvOS, and the rest will follow this same pattern, emphasizing a unified and forward-looking approach across all devices. This shift in naming isn't just a marketing gimmick. It signals Apple's intention to make software releases feel like part of a bigger story, one that unifies the experience across the entire Apple ecosystem. In a world where users move seamlessly between their phones, tablets, computers, and watches, having a cohesive system matters more than ever. Now, let's talk about the most anticipated update: iOS 26. Within Apple, the project is called Carium, a name inspired by an all-glass room that floods with sunlight. This theme gives us a clue about the visual direction Apple is heading. Expect a more translucent, glass-inspired user interface. Apple wants your phone to feel both modern and inviting, with elements that float elegantly above your content. This isn't just about making things look pretty. It's about creating an interface that feels intuitive, less cluttered, and more immersive. For users, this means rounded app icons, smoother navigation bars, and soft lighting effects that give buttons and menus a slight lift off the screen. Notifications, menus, search bars, and cards will all feature more rounded corners and a pill-shaped design. The overall look will borrow some elements from visionOS, Apple's new platform for spatial computing, bringing a sense of depth and lightness to your iPhone or iPad. One of the most notable functional changes is the introduction of floating on-screen windows and menus. These will be familiar to anyone who's seen visionOS in action. Now these floating elements will come to the iPhone, iPad, and Mac, allowing for a more dynamic and flexible interface. You'll be able to interact with your device in ways that feel both futuristic and natural. While the visual overhaul is the star of the show, Apple is also set to introduce new features powered by artificial intelligence, though this year, AI may take a supporting role rather than center stage. Among the most practical additions is a new battery management feature that uses Apple Intelligence to learn how you use your iPhone, then adjust power usage to maximize battery life. This could mean less time worrying about your charge and more time getting things done. AI is also coming to the Shortcuts app. With new integrations, users will be able to create shortcuts using simple, natural language. Imagine telling your phone what you want and having it build a workflow for you, no coding or technical knowledge required. This democratizes the power of automation, making it accessible even for casual users. There's more. Apple is working with Google to bring Google Gemini to the iPhone. Much like ChatGPT, Gemini will offer in-depth AI-powered answers and will integrate with Siri. When Siri needs more advanced reasoning or context, it will be able to pass requests to Gemini, providing richer and more useful responses. This partnership signals Apple's ongoing commitment to blending privacy, intelligence, and utility in a way that serves the user first. Beyond system-level changes, there are exciting updates coming to several of Apple's core apps. The Games app, set to replace the old Game Center, will become a centralized hub for discovering, launching, and managing all your games. This will streamline the gaming experience, putting everything you need in one place. Messages may soon offer real-time translation and support for polls, making it easier than ever to communicate with friends around the world or make group decisions. The Music app is expected to support full-screen animated art on the lock screen, adding a new layer of expression and interactivity. Meanwhile, the Notes app is finally getting Markdown support, making it a more powerful tool for writers, students, and professionals who need to organize information quickly and flexibly. Apple's CarPlay is also rumored to get a major visual overhaul, aligning with the new design language of iOS 26. This will create a more consistent and visually pleasing experience, whether you're working, playing, or driving. The new design and features will not be limited to iPhones. Apple is committed to bringing feature parity across all its major platforms. This means that iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, tvOS, and visionOS will all receive updates inspired by iOS 26. While some details remain under wraps, we know that iPadOS 26 will focus on productivity, bringing new multitasking features, expanded window management, and a more Mac-like experience when paired with a Magic Keyboard. iPad users who rely on the Apple Pencil will get new handwriting recognition tools, including a calligraphy pen option for writing Arabic script, a feature likely to be welcomed by creatives and educators alike. On the Mac, details are more limited, but insiders say that macOS 26 will be named macOS Tahoe after the iconic lake straddling California and Nevada. This continues Apple's tradition of naming macOS after beautiful locations, reinforcing the brand's connection to the natural world. Updates to visionOS, tvOS, and watchOS are expected to bring the same glass-inspired aesthetics and feature upgrades, creating a seamless experience across Apple's ecosystem. Whether you're using a headset, a television, a watch, or a traditional computer, Apple's unified design will make it feel as if all your devices belong together. But perhaps the most intriguing rumor is the possible arrival of a new home OS. For years, Apple fans have speculated about a unified operating system for smart home devices. Recent trademark filings by a shell company linked to Apple suggest that the groundwork may finally be in place. While no one knows for sure if home OS will be announced at WWDC 2025, the signs are promising. If Apple pulls the trigger, it could pave the way for a smart home hub that integrates seamlessly with all other Apple devices, a game changer for anyone invested in the Apple ecosystem. 4. Many, WWDC is more than a product showcase. It's an event that shapes the future of technology. Apple's announcements at WWDC tend to influence the industry, setting new trends and raising the bar for design, usability, and innovation. Developers, journalists, and enthusiasts tune in not just to see what's new, but to get a sense of where technology is heading in the years ahead. As the date draws near, excitement is reaching a fever pitch. Whether you watch the keynote live on YouTube, follow along on Apple's website, or read about it afterward on tech blogs, this event is poised to make headlines and spark conversations around the globe. For those deeply invested in Apple's world, WWDC 2025 is shaping up to be an event that can't be missed.